podium to stand above. I feel very large. Do I look very large, students? Yeah. Oh, I always do. You tell me that often. So good morning. It's so great to see first grade up on stage. I know it's been long awaiting, right, Miss Masciandaro? So parents, thank you for putting up with our slight little delay of a week. We really wanted to make sure we could get as many students here as we could, and they are ready and feel rehearsed, and they feel so good about the message they will be delivering. So we can't wait for you all to start that. But I have a few announcements before we go there. It's a busy month, February. So something happened this morning. I wonder if you guys, I'm sure you'll be talking about it, but did anybody watch the news, and did anybody see, well, what is today? It's Groundhog Day, yes. Very special day in our state. So who's the little groundhog? What's his name? Punxsutawney Phil. And anybody in Miss Masciandaro's class know what happened with Punxsutawney Phil? Charlotte, I just saw your hand go up.
6 more days of winter.
So did he see a shadow? He did. He did. I thought, maybe it's a little cloudy, maybe he won't see a shadow, but he saw a shadow. And now we have 6 more weeks of winter. Boo. But some of you like that, right? Because what have we been doing at Montgomery School? We have been having so much fun with our sledding. I think that is an only at Montgomery moment, because not only do the students have fun sledding, but who did you guys all enjoy sledding with, first graders? Mrs. Canals. I even took a picture of her sledding yesterday. She was, I think, smiling more than the children. You had so much fun, didn't you, Mrs. Canals? I went sledding. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. We have a good time, don't we? So it's a pretty special thing we do here at Montgomery School. So you guys were great. You were so responsible with your sleds. No one got hurt. We loved it. We had a great time. So yesterday was also a big day. It was the beginning of the Chinese New Year. I'm sure you're talking about that a bit in your classes. That goes on for 15 days. So if you haven't talked about it yet, I'm sure you will be. But yesterday was the first day. Does anybody know what this is the year of? Do you know, Will? It's the year of the tiger. Wow, that's exciting. So now you'll be finding out more about that. It is also the beginning in February of Black History Month, so we're going to be talking a lot about that in your classes as well. And what else do we have? I think that's everything. That's a lot, isn't it? What else, Mrs. Canals?
Winter Olympics.
February. How did I not include that? Winter Olympics are coming up, and I know we're going to have some fun talking about the Winter Olympics. We even have some parents coming in sharing about different sports that are a part of the Winter Olympics that they know a lot about. So we're excited to learn more about the sports that are. Do any of you like watching the Winter Olympics? Ice skating, skiing, snowboarding, curling. Who said that? We have a parent coming in to talk about curling if you would like to join. I don't know a lot about that sport. Yes, curling. Anybody else have a favorite sport? What's the sledding one called? Do you know? What, Bob? What is it, Michael? You don't know? What's the sport that you like, though? Your hand was up. Braden, do you have a favorite sport? Bobsledding. That's a cool one. How about ice hockey? Yeah. Carrie, is that your favorite? Yeah, cool. What about you, Sawyer? I know you love hockey, for sure. What else? What are your other favorite sports? Go ahead, guys, just scream it out. Look, they won't scream it out. They're so good. What is yours, Maddie? Field hockey and wrestling. Wrestling? Maddie's a wrestler. She is. She's an amazing little wrestler. We love that. Girl power. Okay, we'll talk more about Olympics next time. But let's get started. Should we get started, Miss Masciandaro? So Miss Masciandaro, I have to say a few words about her because she's an amazing teacher. Would you all agree? Absolutely. Even you all who had her, who are here in second grade, would you agree? Yeah, she's absolutely wonderful. Some things about her. So not only is she an amazing teacher, but she's a real leader here at the school. And I know that teachers who will be watching this later are going to be shaking their heads because she is really a go-to person that teachers, colleagues, myself go to when there's a technology issue, when they need some help with their smartboard, help with their Canvas page, help with remote learning. Vicki really rose to the leadership board with really helping so many of us, just understanding that and doing such a great job. So she's really an amazing new faculty mentor as well. She helps us with new faculty who come on to the Montgomery campus and helps them to settle in and do a great job. So not only is she an important person here, but something very important is happening in her life this year. What is happening in Miss Masciandaro's life? Go ahead.
She's getting married.
She's getting married in the spring. She is getting married to a Montgomery alumni who I knew when he was like your age, which is crazy for me to think about, but I know what a wonderful young man he is, and I'm so happy for Vicki and Austin. But we're so excited that we can share that moment with you while you're here leading up to that. She's not a frazzled bride at all. She is totally calm, organized, just in a way that I would expect Vicki to be, because that's you. That is Vicki. It's Miss Masciandaro, excuse me. So, Miss Masciandaro, who is taking the mic first?
Charlotte.
Come on over, Charlotte. Good luck, Miss Masciandaro's class.
Thank you for coming to our first grade class chapel. We have worked very hard practicing for this chapel. Today we will be performing a play from the book The Mitten by Jan Bratt. Before we begin, we would like to thank some very important people who helped us make our first chapel a success. Mrs. Walton, thank you so much for creating this story into a play for us. We had a lot of fun learning our lines. Mrs. Hoover, thank you so much for helping us make the mitten. It turned out great and we had fun making it with you. Mrs. O, thank you for teaching us our song. We hope you enjoy the show. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens to be made from wool as white as the snow. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one of your mittens in the snow, you will never find it. But Nicky really wanted snow white mittens, so Baba made them for him. Now that your mittens are finished, I will ask you each time you come home safe and sound if you still have your mittens. Off Nicky went to play in the snow, but it wasn't long before one of his mittens fell out of his pocket and onto the snow and was left behind. Along came a mole who was cold from the snow, and it crawled into the mitten.
This mitten is cozy and warm and just the right size. I think I'll stay inside to keep warm. Oh, it's so nice in here.
A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by the mitten. He stopped and squeezed himself inside. This mitten is the same color as me, and it's so nice and warm. It will be nice to nap inside. Now there were two animals inside of the Snow White mitten. Next came a tiny hedgehog, sniffing along. Her nose was cold from all the snow.
My nose is freezing. Please let me warm up. We can help keep each other warm.
The hedgehog nuzzled her way into the mitten. The mole and the rabbit made room. They didn't want to mess with someone who was covered in prickles. A big owl flew down to have a closer A big owl flew down to have a closer look at the warm white mitten.
What is going on in there?
We are trying to stay warm inside this mitten.
Well, make some room for me too. I'm chilly.
The three animals all made room for the owl. They didn't want to upset someone with sharp talons. Up through the snow appeared a badger. She made her way into the mitten and took up the thumb.
How about making some room for a badger with icy whiskers? This is the perfect spot for me now. I'm cozy as can be.
All the animals were snuggled up tight and warm in the mitten. Soon it began to snow. A fox saw the warm steam coming from the mitten and invited himself in.
This looks like a warm spot indeed. Hello, my feathered and furry friends. Make some room, I'm coming in.
The mitten stretched and swelled, it pulled and budged, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Sometime passed and a little tiny When the animals saw the fox's sharp teeth, they gave the fox lots of room. It wasn't long before a great bear came by. The bear saw the mitten all pumped up and wanted to join in.
Hey there, any room for a bear in there?
Everyone was already squeezed and so tight, but no one dared mess with a bear, so they made room.
Oh, this is just right.
The mitten stretched and swelled, it pulled and budged, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Some time passed, a little tiny field mouse came up to the mitten. It was no bigger than an acorn. It squeezed himself into the only spot left on the great bear's nose, but the mouse's whiskers tickled the bear's nose. The bear had a great bear-sized sneeze. The force of the sneeze shot the mitten into the air and scattered the animals in all directions. On his way home, Nicky saw something white flying into the air in the distance and wanted to see what it was.
It's my mitten. I must have dropped it in the snow. Good thing I found it, or Baba would be upset with me for losing it.
Nicky rushed back home to Baba, first to make sure he was safe and sound. Then she asked him to show her his mittens. Nicky, show me your mittens. I want to make sure you didn't lose them out in the snow. Nicky showed her his two mittens, but for some reason one was much bigger than the other. He wondered how that could have happened. The end!
I feel the need to say something because that was fabulous. That is one of my favorite books of all time, and now it was brought to life for all of us. Great job, first grade. Thank you so much. And you did such a great job thanking everybody that was responsible. But how about another thank you for your teacher, Miss Masciandaro, right? So I believe your teacher arrived at was it 6:30, Miss Masciandaro, to set this up, set up the stage. And so I know we're going to be extra well-behaved for Miss Masciandaro. There's no excitement in the air or anything. I'm sure they'll be able to just contain themselves immediately. But Miss Masciandaro, it looks amazing, so great job. Parents, I'm sure you want to take pictures, so guys, can you just stay up on stage here so we can get some good pictures? Is that okay? Yes? Yay? You feel good? You should feel great. You did a great job. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.